Welcome back, my art friends. Today we're going to paint a winter picture. The three brushes you're going to need is a medium flat brush, as well as a medium and small round brush. Don't forget to have your water cup and your rag handy for cleaning. The paint colors you're going to need are blue, purple, green, brown, pink, yellow, and white. Let's start with our medium flat brush. We're going to start with big, gigantic circles. Now, I know you cannot see them, but you gotta trust me. I'm putting a whole bunch of circles all over the top 3/4 of my painting. Now we're gonna go in with some blue circles. I'm gonna add just as many blue circles. Next, I'm gonna add in some purple circles. Remember, stay in the top 3/4 of your picture. To finish out my sky, I'm simply adding some extra white for some highlights, making sure there's no canvas behind and it is full of bubbly, wintry blue, purple, and white circles. Before you add your color, add a little bit of water to the bottom of your canvas, just a couple of lines. It's okay if your water's a little dirty, just a couple of lines. Then we're going to go in with some white, and we're going to make the same kind of circles we did up top. Of course, we're going to hit our sky a little bit, which is going to give us a great wintry ground color. Let your painting dry, and when we come back, we will add our winter trees. With my medium round brush and purple paint, I'm going to make the trunk of my main tree. I'm going to put my main tree right in the center. About 2 inches from the top and 2 inches from the bottom, I'm going to make a straight line down my canvas. So I know it looks like black, but I promise you this is purple paint. Now when you start adding in your branches on this pine, I want you to think about it as little chicken feet. That's right, spots of 3. Keep them together. You're going to make the ones at the base of your tree much bigger than the ones at the top of your tree. And although it sounds funny, we are starting with the color purple. It's a great color for a shadow. This will let you have the tree look like there is some depth to it. You're going to have your brightest color on the outside and your lightest color on the inside. So remember, 3 swooping lines out, all at a time. As you move up your tree, get smaller and smaller. Now that we have our purple base layer down, you're going to mix purple and green, about 50-50. You're looking for a dark green color. You are then going to redo your tree, leaving just a little bit of that dark purple showing. Remember, swoop your lines out from the center and be sure you're staying in groups of 3. As you move up your tree with your dark green color, remember you still want to see some of that dark purple behind it. So move up carefully and gently in groups of 3 all the way up your tree. Get more narrow as you go towards the top. You guessed it, now we're using our bright green color. This is going to be our brightest color. It's going to be the highlight of our tree. We're going to stick in groups of 3 and go up the tree, making it smaller as we go up. We still want to see all of that dark purple as well as that dark green as we move up our tree. As always in art, you have some choices. Maybe you want to make more than one tree. This is your opportunity. I'm going to add 3 trees in my picture. Of course, if you want to just create one, just make one tree and then skip this part, move on to decorating that tree. But if you're going to make small trees, be sure you do the one that is behind it first. Always do your background before you move to your foreground. Start with your purple, then your dark green, finishing with your light green. Next, what you're going to do is with just a little bit of purple paint on your baby brush is make some small horizontal lines. These are just going to give a little bit of shadow to your snow. if you're feeling like having some fun, find an old toothbrush. You're gonna dip just the tip of the old toothbrush into white paint and use a finger and just pull those bristles back. Now here's a word of warning. Keep it close to your canvas or you're gonna have a hot mess. Just keep flicking all of your snow onto your canvas. Now you can really decorate and design your tree any way you want. It can be a pine tree in winter where you just take a little bit of white on your baby brush and you brush it on the tops of your branches. You can also go through and add ornaments. It's really your choice how you want to design and decorate your tree. First, I'm going to add some snow to the edges of my branches. So all I'm doing is taking small little lines, almost in triangles. Just kind of loading them up on my branches, making sure I get some in the middle so that it looks as though I have some branches in the middle. Now that I have those, then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add a star to the top of mine. But again, you can make yours as Christmassy or as holiday or just as wintry as you want. I'm going to add a star on mine. So I'm going to have my baby brush with some yellow paint. I'm going to make a very, very, very tall, skinny plus sign. From there, I'm going to add an X to the middle that's going to be significantly smaller. I'm going to go in with white paint and I'm just going to go right on top of that. So a tall, skinny plus sign with an X. Now that I have my stars in there, again, you can do as many or as few as you want. I am going to add my garland on my tree, and for that, I'm going to use the back of my brush. I'm going to make mine with white dots, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a line that just kind of sways downward across my tree. And I'm going to continue that all the way down the tree on all 3 trees. Following that same curve, and if you want to make yours full of color, you can. I'm going to try to make mine kind of simple, but you can make yours rainbow colored or whatever makes your little Christmas heart happy. Now that I have my garland on there, I am gonna add just a few small ornaments. And you could do ornaments in lots of different ways. You can use the end of your paintbrush, you can use the end of an eraser, or even a Q-tip. I'm gonna use the end of my eraser and I'm gonna make one color ornaments. I wanna keep this tree pretty simple. Now before I call this done, I am going to add a small highlight using my small baby brush on the tops of my ornaments. Just a little highlight to some of them. They don't all need it. And last but not least, I'm going to add just a few more deliberate spots in my sky. And finish off with signing my name. Don't forget to post your picture to our Facebook page and like and subscribe to our YouTube channel so you can have all of our latest videos. Don't forget, stay creative, stay safe, and stay kind. Have a great day, friends.